welcome to the Maple Grove Community Center for Northwest Suburban Conference Girls Hockey. Tonight, it's the Centennial Cougars taking on the defending conference champion Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, both of these teams getting off to a little bit of a slow start, although if you look closer, they've played some good teams already. These are two quality programs. By the end of the year, we definitely expect them to have some good records built up.
Oh, absolutely. They haven't lost that much. Both teams are bringing 3 of their top 4 scorers back from last year. That's saying a lot. A little rust in the beginning of the season, probably weren't ready, had some expectations and didn't play up to it. Long season. It's early yet. We're expecting a very good game with 2 very good teams here tonight.
Well, it's a new coaching staff for Maple Grove this year. Amber Hagelin comes in. She was a head coach at Wayzata for 10 seasons. The last 4 has been in this conference with Armstrong Cooper as an assistant. So definitely has a lot of experience as a coach in the area, and she's stepping in and getting to know the players right now.
She really is, and she's going to be more of a stabilizing factor. She's got a lot of experience. I think being a woman is important too. I think that brings a lot of experience or notability with the girls. And I think she's just going to calm them down. They had a great season last year, but there was a lot of tension, a lot of expectations. I think she's going to cool their jets a little bit and let it take it a step at a time. And with the ability on this team, they should be okay at the end of the year.
And Centennial coming off a very strong year. They were 1 goal away really from a section championship. And definitely a team that looks to do well this year, although again, they've started off 1-2 with a couple of good opponents so far too.
No, they really have, but they were 27-1 last year. That was a really good year for them, and again, section final. Again, haven't lost many people. If their goaltending stands up and they keep scoring the way they did, they're going to be a factor here, not only in the conference, but again, in their section. It's both teams playing tough sections here, but we expect a lot of things from the Cougars. I think you'll see a very fast hockey team with them.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's game. And the top line center for Centennial has already been lighting it up. Sophomore Gabby Hughes, not bad, 8 goals in 3 games.
Yeah, just for a sophomore, you know, just off to a fairly good start. She's leading scorer last year on their team with 54 points. She's a player, good speed, good hands, got a very good shot. And she can line it up. And they're going to go through her. And it's surprising to say that about a sophomore, but if you're good, Jay, you're good.
For Maple Grove, they've got a lot of depth on their team. In fact, 17 of their players have played at least a little varsity hockey a year ago. One of those players who they'll count on for some leadership and some good play all around is Haley Herdeen.
Great 2-way player. Now she can score. She's a factor now. 3rd leading scorer last year for the team. 2-way player. Does very well in the defensive end of the rink. And also in the offense, you'll see her on the power play and you'll see her on the penalty kill. And Jay, you're going to say her name a lot tonight because she's just out there as much as she can, but she's a good leader by example on this team.
All right, Maple Grove looking for its first win of the season, and Centennial looking to even their record at 500 if they can get a big road victory here tonight. The Cougars and the Crimson will drop the puck in just a moment here on 12 Sports.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of high school hockey. Tune in November 20th and 21st for live coverage of the 14th Annual Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. This is Dingman walking right in. A shot at the goal! Returning host Wayzata is joined again this year by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and perennial state power Edina. Live coverage both days begins at 4:54 p.m. with the first face-off at 5. Watch Turkey Trot Hockey live from the Plymouth Ice Center November 20th and 21st on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Welcome back here to the home of the Maple Grove Crimson for tonight's good girls hockey matchup as the teams get set to drop the puck for our first period of play as Centennial, we see 1 and 2 coming in and faced a couple of solid opponents already. They were rang up some goals against North Metro. They lost a 2-goal game to Elk River and then a 1-goal game to Breck team that Dan, you had a chance to see last week. So definitely been facing some good squads. Same could be said for Maple Grove. They've only played 2 games. One of them was against Edina to start the year. They lost that one 4-1, and then they tied Anoka 1-1 in their second game. As you can look at Brandon Blessy will get the start in goal tonight for the Crimson, a junior. And has already had a good career as a junior for Maple Grove. See what she has done so far this season.
It's kind of a misnomer too, because last year she had a save percentage of .956. So off to a little rough to start with some of the better teams in the state. So we expect her to pick it up and get better. 2 really good goaltenders here in both teams. This should be a really good hockey game.
Claire McLean out between Lauren Kaufman and Haley Herdeen for Maple Grove on D. Tippy Hill and Riley Norman to start it out. And for Centennial, they're starting their line centered by Amber LeClaire between Maya Almick and Claire Riley, with Anna Tashner and Shannon Meany on D. And in goal for the Cougars, we'll get to her in a moment, but Diane Jurgens getting the start. LeClaire able to flip it on in here. Let's see, we'll watch it go to the corner where it's picked up by Riley Norman here from Maple Grove as they come up the right side here with Kaufman. Centennial changing up quick. Kaufman will send it in deep. Chased down here for the Cougars by Kayla Seppelt. Pass tipped ahead now to Taylor Wente for Maple Grove. Relays it around. First to it though for Centennial is Annika Linzer. Herdeen trying to kick that puck free. Back down to the corner it goes to Herdeen. Battling through a little bit of a back check there from Hughes. Herdeen keeping possession. Back out to the point. Tina Campa ringing it around. And it bounces right out front and just couldn't get a stick on it there with Katie Denicky.
We got a good example of Haley Herdeen's strength there, Jay, as she came around the backside of the rink there and just protected the puck all the way through to create an opportunity as she came back up top. So
Tampa getting it to Denicky, throws that one in wide of the net, and the Crimson look to go on the offensive attack again. Pulled out of there by Haley Berg for Centennial and keeps possession, dumps it on in. It takes a little bit of a funny bounce there as well. Crimson looking to reverse it here as Campa sends it around, looking to Sydney Hansen. And now back to Campa to lead the rush. The defenseman turning on the speed a little bit. Campa firing the shot, and Jurgens the stop, and will glove it and hang on for Centennials. You get a look at Ann Jurgens, the senior and one of the captains for the Cougars, and has played all 3 of their games up to this point. Again, those numbers probably will get better as the season goes too. Not that they're anything bad, but they get a little mix and match of good opponents all throughout the season.
she was their primary goalie last year, took all of their games. So
Claire Riley's pass knocked down by Kaufman and thrown right back in deep here. Lizzie Fredo back to pick it up, or pick that Meany. Now Meany trying to get it out. Pass floated there, nearly stolen, but covering up is Amber LeClaire, who gets knocked down, but play goes on. Andrea Kuhn sending it around, and a nice step in and takeaway there by Tashner for Centennial, but then had it taken right back by Kuhns. Hoffman couldn't control. A couple of Cougars ran into each other. Maple Grove changing up. Centennial looking to take advantage. Here comes Hughes up the left side. Hughes the pass, and then the return was just knocked away. Didn't quite connect. Here comes Maple Grove back the other way with Herdeen. Reeling it around the D, and then they wave off icing. Comes back and now tipped to the point. Opportunity for a shot. Ooh, a nice redirect out front and a save made there by Jurgens. Maple Grove getting a good setup as they got a piece of Norman's shot. It's deflected out front there by Wente. Wente looking to the slot. Herdeen had her stick lifted, still kept in by Norman. Now down to Herdeen. Joust forward in the corner here. Crimson trying to regain control. Hughes able to get to it first though for Centennial, and they'll get it back to center on a bouncing puck. Centennial changing up in behind Linzer here. Down she goes. Maple Grove trying to counterattack and missed for Herdine there. She wanted to head off, but they're caught on a change and couldn't. Dumped it on net. Stick save there. An easy one for Blessy. Churning and falling there was Roll. Aaron Roll for Maple Grove. Able to now get it out, and here comes Herdine, and she needed a change. Now finally gets off. And the pass back to shot on the goal. Sydney Hansen gets Maple Grove on the board. It looked like kind of a harmless rush to start it out. And all of a sudden, a little drop pass, and Hansen going up high, stick side. I think Jurgens got a piece of it, but not enough to keep it out of the net.
Well, found that upper left-hand corner there. She came through one time. Did see off the drop pass? Well, not even a drop pass coming through. She just rifled it right off the bat, and I think it caught Jurgens by surprise. She got it off quick and very accurately. That hit the upper right left-hand corner real neat. So the Crimson get a 1-0 lead here, and a great shot. I always love it when a D steps up and gets an opportunity, Jay.
So Maple Grove striking first here on home ice. Here comes Maple Grove again. Pius' shot brought down. Roll and Herdine will get the assist, although as Dan mentioned, it looked like possibly the defender knocked the puck away more so than a passer, but either way, Roll was carrying that puck, though. They'll credit her with an assist as that one deflects up into the crowd.
Well, it's kind of like home cooking scoring there, Jay. You know, if she's close, she gets an assist there. So
yeah, well, and initially I think it did look like a drop pass, and they obviously don't have the benefit of seeing it close again. There's a look at Hegland.
I'm glad to see her back in the ranks as head coach, and here she did a good job of Wayzata when she was there, and a few years assistant coach, Robbinsdale, Armstrong, Cooper, and now she's back in the head coaching position here. So I think she'll do a very good job for the Crimson.
And it's going to be an icing call here against the Cougars.
Well, so far it's been kind of tilted on the Crimson side here. Christina King, the coach of the Centennial Cougars here. I think it's their second year.
Third year.
Yeah, third year. Oh yeah, I'm reading it really well. It's Wisconsin education for you.
Draw controlled here by the Crimson, but that shot blocked down by Hughes, and now a rush back the other way for Centennial with Linzer. Floating the pass across, trying to get it back for Hughes. Hughes does a nice job circling back down low with it. Tried to drag it to the front, but jabbed away. Crimson gained control and looked to break it out. Herdine will come back the other way now, and Linzer takes it. Crimson get it back, but unable to clear. Linzer coming up with it now. A quick shot, and Blessy has to make the save as Olsen came in. In some ways, it was similar to the one that Maple Grove got, although not as clean of a shot. He was just coming off the bench and just kind of jumped into the play and sort of teed up for her there, but didn't get a ton on that one, and Blessy makes a nice glove save.
Good forecheck pressure by the Cougars here, and forced a turnover and a quick transition and a quick shot, but Blessy was ready for it.
Carried by Kaufman up the right side for Maple Grove. Now the Cougars able to gain control as Olsen. Olsen able to dump it on in as Haley Bird going after it for Centennial. Campa gets there first. They battle for it. McLean coming up with it there for Maple Grove, and now the Crimson coming hard with Maya Martinez. McLean racing in to pick it up here. Overskated it a bit, but they keep possession now. Kaufman being slashed at a little bit there, not quite enough to get the arm to go up. And now flip back into the Maple Grove zone. That puck will die right there, and Hansen back to gather here for Maple Grove. She has the only goal of the game. It's 1-0 Maple Grove. Campa getting a little careless in front there, nearly gave it away, but here come the Crimson. And that's going to be an offside. Just a little bit off on the passing Seeing both teams right now, and again, we're still, you know, even though the weather's starting to get worse, it's fairly warm outside for, you know, this time I'm seeing the ice maybe being not quite as we get a look there at Amber Hegland, and getting, you know, happy to have this opportunity for her. She was, as we said, longtime coach over at Wayzata, and she's, you know, a teacher there and has been their softball coach all the way through. Here's a quick shot, ooh, and a low, nice drive there, and Jurgens able to make the pad save. 1-on-2 there, heading to the net was Linzer. Back out to the point. That one deflects, and Blessy makes the stop. Those are dangerous ones. The puck was up high, a little bit tough to see in the bodies there, but made its way through.
Well, one of the things that you'll see early in the season, Jay, is breakdowns in the defensive zone, and I think we've seen it not so much in the Centennial zone, but definitely in the Crimson zone. And Blessy's had to make a couple saves here, where you're learning where you should be and supporting each other in the defensive zone. So if it gets by one, somebody's there to stop it. And seen a couple breakdowns here.
And that one overskated. Fortunately, the D were still in position, so not much of an opportunity for Riley there, but they can't get it out. And now cleared on out of there by Geneke. Geneke carrying it hard up that left side. Puts on the brakes, waiting for a line change to finish behind her. Getting it over to Pius now. Almec coming up with it for Centennial. That one blocked away. Yeah, puck sticking in the circle a little bit there again. And Jeff back out to center ice. Trying to split between them was Almec there. Let's see, we'll leave that puck for Coons. Relayed to the line, but not out. And there's a near giveaway into the skate. There was a giveaway, but Berg couldn't come up with it cleanly with her stick.
Cross ice passes, you better make sure on those.
Here's a great move by Roll. Oh, and Jurgens with the pad save. Aaron Roll, strong move to the net right there and got that puck low, but nice save by Jurgens. Now Olsen, taken by Kampa. Yeah, I think what you just said too, Dan, ties in a little bit with what seems to be slow ice tonight.
Yeah.
You're seeing pucks maybe dying that, you know, the passer probably taking a gamble to start with, and then the fact that it's not really sliding all that well makes it slow down even more.
Well, when I was coaching Jay, even in the ice was good. That pass scared me all the time, because 8 times out of 10, it got stopped.
Oh, great opportunity there. Perfect pass. And the redirect by Claire McLean, but gloved save by Jurgens. She's made 2 really good saves in the last 2 minutes, or this could be a bigger than a 1-0 lead for the Crimson.
Yeah, really a nice play there. Andrea Coons, I think, bringing it up to D, is stepping up into the play here. Watch this pass right there. Bang, right to the front. And got her stick on it that caused a change of direction.
And they try something similar from the left, or the corner there. Yeah, great setup there for Maple Grove. You like that rush. The pass was perfect. The redirect. Not much you do different. It just nice save. Sometimes you tip your cap.
Well, as you look at these teams this season, how it's gone so far, how many of these opportunities have they have? Again, like they haven't been going in. All of a sudden, as mid-season comes in, they start going in and the end of the season. So the plays are definitely there. It's just a question of just finishing it out.
Long pass misses for Almec there and sent back out. Here come the Crimson the other way. It's a high pass that Herdine plays off the wall and dumps in. Wente giving chase. Wente will get there first, awaiting some help off the bench, and now we'll get it in the form of Roll. Drops it over for Coons. Coons circling behind the net, looking for the pass. It's into a skate. They still have it, but then picked up by Almec. And Almec able to skate it to center and dump it on in as the Cougars want a line change. Maple Grove, although they've been sloppy a little bit of times in their own zone, they've generated some pretty good chances here in the last 4 or 5 minutes too.
That last shift, Jay, that cycling was really good. They were moving the puck very well and supporting each other, and you know, offensively they're looking pretty good. They've had 3 or 4 great chances in the last 5 minutes.
Coons spinning away there, sending it ahead for Martinez, and Trying to connect with Peyton Olson at center ice. That one hit a Maple Grove player who was headed to the bench, and we're going to get a whistle. Not a penalty, but just a stoppage there. So get a draw outside the Centennial blue line here. 5:31 to play in the first, and Maple Grove leading it 1-0 on a goal by the defenseman Sidney Hansen.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed that earlier on the season you usually don't see is Maple Grove's defense are really jumping up into the play, and they've created some offensive opportunities, obviously scoring on one and almost an assist on another opportunity here. So I'm glad to see that happening.
Meany sending it ahead now. Hughes trying to get wide. Puts it out front, and a swing and a miss there by Linzer. And a pretty good setup. Now Wente right between the D. Wente on a breakaway and denied. And almost he really got a shot away. And then we get a whistle. I believe the nets come off here after she drove to the net. Jurgen's getting some congratulations. I don't know if she actually ended up having to make a save on Wente or if it just kind of dribbled away. What a great move, though, through center.
She'll get a pad here, right there.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wanted to shelf that one, but boy, Jurgens is not flustered at all. Not at all. Showed a picture of there, a little smile on her face, like, okay, no big deal, just another day at the office.
You know, I think to a large extent, goalies kind of like that challenge, don't they? I mean, sure, overall for your team, it's not great to give up breakaways, but you know, you like that individual challenge anyway.
Yeah, only if they stop them.
Yeah, that's true. And if there's no big rebound either, that was another thing that worked out well for her. As but boy, Wente showing how dangerous she can be there, just turning on the speed. And the 2D at center were going, oh no. They knew, but there was not much they could do. They weren't even close enough to take her down at that point.
Now Wente just made a nice move, cut back a little bit right, and then saw the opening and just tore it up. And you said it, boy, there was a second and third gear there. She just blew by him.
Maple Grove taking advantage of having this last change here and getting the line that they would like to see against the Hughes group as Wente comes right back out. Hughes lifting Wente's stick, puts it out front. Here's a shot. Hit the pipe. Good strength on the backhand there by Linzer after Hughes set her up. Now back the other way. He tried to get it through to Wente, but it didn't happen. Here come the Cougars now. Hughes fighting off a jug, and there's a shot that goes just wide.
Boy, both teams transition well. When they get the puck, they're turning it up the ice real fast.
Centering pass here, and Blessy reaching out for that one and able to snare it. Centennial, probably one of their better shifts of the game right there.
Yeah.
Putting some pressure on.
Well, Blessy having to be on her toes here. Good forecheck there. Gets it out front. Kind of nudges it. Look at that. Did that hit the pipe or did she get a pad on that?
I thought it was pipe initially, but it was a little bit hard to tell. She was in good position, though. If it didn't hit her skate, it was because she was, had that pipe covered. Here's Pius leading this rush now from Maple Grove. Puts on the brakes. Ooh, didn't look at the net, although she had a chance to. Put out front, tip. And then the pass down low got away. Maple Grove maybe a little too unselfish there. Could have had an opportunity to take a shot or two.
No. When he gets an opening, he got to rip that thing.
Back out to the point. Nice job drawing the D. Ooh, and a bad save on a rocket there from Kaylee Precker. Now Centennial coming back the other way with Sikora. Ooh, and nearly snuck that one between Blessy's pads. Ooh. She almost overcommitted there, and she realized, there was some space there, but able to get the leg pads closed just in time.
I see it come through. It'll hit the upper part of her leg there, as you see it, and then comes back the wrong way. Trying to divert it into the corner a little too far, like you said, Jay, and almost snuck in between her legs. The old 5-hole trick.
Cougars win the draw clean. Here's a shot, and Blessy making the save on Olmec.
Well, we're seeing the good combo of both Maple Grove goalies here. Blessy and Coco Francis, both excellent goalies, and really work off each other. I think it adds a bit of competition to them.
Tip free. Crimson trying to counter in a hurry. Martinez up the left wing. Martinez, good strength on the puck. And Jurgens just fought that one off with her arm or shoulder. Martinez did a good job of possessing that puck, but there looks like some power skating drills right there because she got bumped and it didn't bother her at all. Now puck controlled again here. McLean turning off the wall, puts it down low, and Jurgens stops Kaufman on a great save. Maple Grove, another good setup right there. Boy, there's been a lot of chances for a 1-0 game. That like some of the offense both teams have been able to put out there. And this one tipped through, and it'll come all the way back into the Crimson zone. Tampa chasing it down, icing waved off as that one went slowly down the rink. Here's Kaufman. Kaufman spinning, gets it ahead, and Wente was just offside.
Let's see, replay that one. Oh my gosh. Nice movement though. Just creating opportunities there for Kaufman there. And just Maple Grove in the offensive zone is creating their own opportunities. Centennial's feeding off of Maple Grove mistakes in the Centennial attack zone. That's a big difference here. And if Maple Grove could sharpen up in the defensive zone, I'll tell you what, they could have this game pretty easily, but it hasn't been that way so far.
Good shot block there on the attempt by Hughes. Hughes trying to go to the net, keeps possession, got a little backhander on, Blessy the save as they tried hard to keep Linser out of the front. And that's one thing that I think, ultimately in the playoffs has hurt Maple Grove a little bit the last couple of years is they're not an overly big and strong team. And that's something, you have to find ways to counteract a little bit. And just as a group overall, I think they were out physical by Wayzata in the playoffs last year and ended up knocking them out.
No question. No question at all.
Hughes spinning back into the circle here for Centennial. Hughes pass hit the shin pad or leg there of Norman. Now a 2-on-1. Wente has Herdeen with her. Across for Herdeen. Fires and missed up high. There was a case where a return pass probably would have been a tap-in goal. But she had a good shooting angle, but just missed the top corner.
Boy, there was a tired icing right there. I'll tell you, Centennial been stretched. So a good little attack in the Maple Grove zone, and then they had to come back and play defense. What a nice play here. Her team just trying to find that upper corner. Went a little too high with it, but that was the only place she could go. And because Jurgens again, Jay, was right there.
Back out to center, Campa circling back. Very good skating defenseman is Campa. Now tip back into the Centennial zone. Bounced in, it comes back out to center as Roll has to regroup here for the Crimson. Roll going to the circle and under a minute to play in the period. And flip back out to center where Campa will come up with it. And that one nearly tipped in a bad way by Shannon Meany there trying to help out her goalie, but get a face off.
And Jurgens is on top of it. That could have got a little lackadaisical as they were bearing down. Maple Grove was bearing down on that loose puck.
Wente's line out here now for Maple Grove. 47 seconds to go in the period. She'll face off with Hughes. And Hughes able to win the draw for the Cougars. Trying to ring it around and out. And just pushed back out to center. Hughes trying to tap it and go there. Linser had to wait for her teammates to get onside. Now nice. Linser fires! Oh, and it goes off Blessy's glove and then off the top of the net. As she really got away a good shot that looked like it was going to go just under the crossbar, but Blessy just got her glove on it. Herdeen 1-on-3 and gets that one away off the outside of the net. Centennial thought they had her contained, but no go. Out front again. Here's a fluttering puck after the defender got a piece of that shot by Tippy Hill. Couple seconds to go, and that is how the period's going to end. What an eventful first period. It will end with a 1-0 score here in favor of Maple Grove on the goal by Hansen. We'll have first period highlights and stats, and then our second period of hockey coming up here on 12 Sports.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of high school hockey. Tune in November 20th and 21st for live coverage of the 14th Annual Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. This is Dingman walking right in. A shot! There you go! Returning host Wente is joined again this year by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and perennial state power Edina. Live coverage both days begins at 4:54 p.m. with the first face-off at 5. Watch Turkey Trot Hockey live from the Plymouth Ice Center November 20th and 21st on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove Community Center along with Dan Fick and MJ Wilcox. Maple Grove leading Centennial 1-0 here in this early season girls hockey matchup as we take a look at our first period highlights. And very eventful first period here, just the one goal, but definitely some other really good scoring chances for both teams. Opportunity, and here is the goal, in fact, with a great shot by Hansen after Aaron Roll had carried it on the rush here for Maple Grove. Another angle of that one, just a perfectly placed shot. I thought Jurgens had a really good first period, but that was a tough one to stop. And Hansen burying the chance. Centennial getting opportunity here, as following up was Emma Olsen. And going to the net here is Roll with a great move and tried to go 5-hole, and Jurgens able to get the pads closed. And then Wente had a breakaway that we didn't quite see there. And then the pass comes out front. Just looked like got a skate on that one. Sikora shooting, and that one nearly snuck through Blessie's pads, but able to get the job done there for the Crimson. And a great pass down low. Kaufman, though, stuffed in close as she tried to get it by Jurgens. Wente sliding it across to Herdine, and that one going way up high. And then late in the period, Centennial wasn't done getting chances. He had that one out Blessie's glove and the top of the net. And here's Herdine making a great move, and Jurgens makes the stop on that one. You see the shots, first period, slight edge for Maple Grove, and then edge in scoring chances as well. We did not see a penalty in that first period of play. Well, we talked about Maple Grove, expected to have a pretty good year. They've off to a slow start, but rated 6 coming in from the state poll, and Hill Murray, the defending champion. Those are kind of some of the same usual suspects, and we're seeing Centennial is in there at number 16 in the top 20.
Yeah, not far away. A couple more wins could get them right up there too as they go up and down. But early in the season, both teams showing really offensive capability here early, and I think once they get that figured out and their defensive zones figured out, they're going to be right there.
So we will be back in just a moment here with our second period as the Crimson and the Cougars battle here in Northwest Suburban Girls Hockey.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
And welcome back as we get set for period number 2. And Dan, a lot of good chances in that first period. Yeah. I think if you were a defenseman, you maybe didn't like it as well, but I think for the offensive players, it was a lot of fun, and both goalies stood up very well too.
I thought both goalies really stood out well. It was a pretty much up and down game, back and forth, very offensive minded. I think Centennial's defense played a little bit better and solid than the Crimson did. Crimson got to tighten things up a little bit, especially in front, but Blessy was up to each and every opportunity Centennial came up with, and we'll see if they've closed that gate now. And we'll watch if the Crimson can maintain that creativity they've had, especially with their cycling, Jay, that was really good at creating some plays and some odd man rushes.
Penalty boxes are empty. We did not have a penalty in that first period, so we're 5 aside to begin the second here as Hughes faces it off with Wente and bounces around a bit, and Crimson gain control here. Hansen sliding it across. Herdeen chipping it ahead for Wente. Wente shooting and a big rebound. Jurgens knocking that one away as Deneke was coming down the left side. And now Herdeen circling out high. Herdeen shooting. And that one hits bodies in front. Maple Grove not wasting any time jumping on him in this first shift. Back down low it comes to Herdeen, putting it for Wente. It's off a skate there. Centennial just looking to get it out of their zone now, and they do. Windsor carrying it up the right wing side, and they'll slowly chip it in and head off on a change. A lot of jumping Maple Grove skates on that first shift, and then puck turned over briefly there. Now Wente will come back up with it for Maple Grove. Wente's backhander, and she'll head off on a change. Didn't really get that puck to the corner like you'd like to see there, though, if you're changing. And now cleared down by the Cougars. They wave off icing.
Boy, I think that caught the Crimson by surprise a little bit here. Now they're kind of back on their heels a little. Defense wasn't ready for that. Thought it'd be icing.
Yeah, one official had the arm up, but then waved off. And now here's a 2-on-1 almost. Nice job to step up and break it up by Hannah Backman, though. And here comes Sikora out for Centennial. He's looked over and saw there were no other red jerseys there, so tried to drag it out wide and see if she could wait for help, but was unable to keep possession there as McLean knocked off that puck for Maple Grove. Kaufman circling back to play it. They got a little bit bunched up, but kept it in. Here's Kaufman spinning away there. She didn't have an angle to shoot it. Now drops it off nicely, floated to the front, but kicked away out of there by Backman. Cougars get it to neutral, but not much farther. Right at center ice, they dig for it, and Backman will wind up with it for Centennial, but her pass taken by Coons there for Maple Grove. Coons pulling it to the corner here, and then taken from her. Pass flipped out front, knocked away there, and recovered by Emma Olson. And this one sent all the way down, and Leslie watches it go by. It was close to hitting her, but had her skates where she wanted them and realized it was going to go wide, so an icing there, and kind of a veteran play there. You don't panic when it looks like it might be coming at you there, and you get an icing call, which could be big. You never know. You win the face-off here.
Well, back in the zone, but oh boy, does Maple Grove have jumping their skates right now. I tell you, that first group established it right off the bat, and lines 2 and 3 are kind of finishing off just same way.
Deneke getting a shot in close there. Now Herdeen puts it out front and tipped just wide. They get a lot of traffic out front of Jurgens here. And Centennial again having trouble breaking it out. Herdeen winds up with it. Her pass, though, intercepted. And then Tampa intercepted center in turn for Maple Grove. Hansen. Deneke flipping it back in. Just missed Wente with that backhand pass, so they might have had a good opportunity to enter in the zone there. Hansen puts it on Wente's tape here. 3-on-2, and Wente's shot off the end boards. A high bounce. Cougars back on their heels definitely early in the second as Maple Grove comes at them hard. Kaufman spins the pass toward Deneke. They keep it in the zone though. McLean. Deneke trying to work that puck free here for Maple Grove and did so. Here's Kaufman. Kaufman trying to slide it out front. It's off a skate, came right back to her. And then loose alongside. Jurgens was starting to slide to the other side of the net. And then the puck bounced back. It was not too awful far from the goal line there at one point.
Just a couple of points here about the two players we talked about earlier. As I said, you were going to be mentioning Herdeen's name quite a bit, and you have been ever since the game started, especially beginning of this period. Gabby Hughes, where are you for Centennial? She's been out there, and we haven't really called her name. She's got to start asserting herself. This is a premier player, even as a sophomore, 54 points over last year. She's got to step up and help these Cougars get out of this funk and put something pressure and something in the net for the Cougars here. It would help them immensely because right now, the Cougars are on their heels, and I can smell one coming, Jay.
Here's Kaufman across the high slot, drops it back. Norman sends it right back down low to Kaufman. It almost is looking like a power play, although it's not. Hoffman was just one stride away from trying to get a backhander away, but knocked free. Back across off the stick there of Meany. Dumped in deep. Maple Grove looking to change. Puck over skated, but nobody out there yet to pressure because Maple Grove had changed. Tipped into the Crimson zone, and Centennial will get a line change as well here. Tippy Hill sending it ahead. Here's Roll, and tried to split between two, but it didn't work out. Backman controlling for Centennial. She slams on the brakes. And then floats one up into the crowd.
Wow, just a complete Crimson blot out here right now, Jay. I'll tell you what, they're not wasting any time. I like the puck movement. I like the way they're going toward the net. They're not taking bad shots. They're trying to work for a really good shot. One thing I'd probably say, get it out to your point a little bit more to open it up and get some shots on net with people in front.
Wente a clean win on the draw. Herdeen back out to the point to Hansen, and here's Herdeen. Herdeen flipping it over for Hansen. Hansen shooting, and into the glove there of Juergens. Another face-off coming up here.
So far, Juergens has stood up to this really good and is getting some stops when she needs them. Just knows when to get a freeze and hopefully take a chance on a face-off being one to get it out.
Wente again controls the draw here for Maple Grove. Hansen's pass hitting Hughes. Sends it to Linzer, but Deneke takes it right away. Banked out. Nice step up to break that one up, and now here's Hughes circling for Centennial. Here comes Gabby Hughes. Hughes to the forehand, and that shot off the skate of Campa. And Campa relays it back around toward Hansen. Hansen getting the pass to Deneke. Deneke dropping it for Wente. Tried to go to the point, but nobody home. They were changing. And Linzer will pick it up for the Cougars, trying to go to the middle. Deneke a stick check there. Now Wente an opportunity. Wente to the forehand, tees it up, and that one is blocked. Might have hurt a little bit, but Jenrich able to get down and block it. And the pass out front just broken up. Maple Grove seems like they've gone up a quarter turn on the speed dial this period. Not that both teams didn't skate fairly well in the first, but it seems like Centennial is kind of where they were maybe, and Maple Grove has gone up another notch or two.
Yeah, the Energizer Bunny has appeared in the Maple Grove locker room in between periods there. They are working way harder right now, and it's showing. They're dominating in the attack zone, and I'm wondering if did Centennial have a shot this period so far? I'd be surprised if they did.
I don't think so.
You know, we're almost 7 minutes into it.
Crimson control the draw again, which has been another big factor in their favor here in this period. A lot of offensive zone wins, and not just slight wins, clean wins where they can get it back to the point. Back out front, and that shot blocked down. Although you do give Centennial credit, although they've been really back on their heels, they haven't been allowing, phenomenal shots in this period. So they, they've kept their shape in the back end of the defense, if you will.
No, they've stuck together pretty well. They're backing each other up, and they're getting one shot at it, and that's about it. But sooner or later, if this pressure keeps up, I'll tell you what, it's going to cost them. Yeah, it takes a lot more energy to play in the defensive zone than it does in the attack zone. And this will show itself up in the last 5 minutes of the third period.
Here comes Hughes, and that shot is blocked as Norman stood her ground and got a lot of shin pad on that one. Now dumped into the Centennial zone again as Maple Grove trying to change up. Race for it into the corner here. Linzer will get there, and out front, penalty coming against Maple Grove. Our first penalty of the game, as hauled down out front going to the net there was Allison Pitlick. And now it goes out of play, so we will get our first power play, and it will be for Centennial as we get an interference call going against Maple Grove. And it looks as though it's going to be Wente who was back checking there that'll get that penalty.
So I've got an interference call here coming across. You can see how she got knocked down before she had an opportunity to get the puck. Good, clean. Not a bad penalty, though, Jay. I mean, the Centennial player was open in front of the net and won't give her the opportunity, so.
And a good call, certainly, too. It took away a scoring chance, and, you know, we've seen a clean game so far. No penalties. Yeah. No penalties in the first period, and I didn't really think any of that should have been either. And that one was definitely, a clear call and a good call.
I think they're letting him play, too. It's been a little physical. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But no unfair advantage. I thought it's been a clean, well-called game.
Well, we'll see if this is the boost that Centennial needs to get going, because they've obviously, been back on their heels and kind of dominated in the second period. So they will try and get some things set up maybe a little bit here as Elena Bordeaux carries it in. Seeing a couple of new faces out there for the Cougars that had not been playing. I think that played a JV, in fact, prior. Tashner up with it. And they get all bunched up, and that's not going to help. Here comes Deneke on a shorthanded rush. Deneke cutting it back and fires high. Deneke trying to keep that puck into the corner, and does. Now just giving up her body here to try and eat some time up.
I think Coach King's got a lot of confidence in her goalie, Juergens. They're putting these kids out there.
Carried by Linzer. Linzer trying to get around Campa to the front. Leslie stayed right with it. Then the shot goes wide. Now Hughes gets it back to the point. Here's a shot. Leslie to save. Big rebound. Another save, and the rebound is in. Cougars get on the board to tie it up on a power play. I believe Claire Riley was the one who got that last touch on that one before being knocked down. And so Centennial will even things up.
Well, that was a whack-em, smack-em opportunity in front. They were swinging sticks like all get out. Looks like Claire Riley came out on top on that one, but they've been running at about a 13% power play percentage, so this is a big-time bonus for them to get this going. Good shot right there, and then the Cougars just stayed out in front and finally outnumbered them, and it was Claire Riley. They got the goal there. Way to stick with it. And we got a tie game.
Riley will get her first of the season. Good execution there by Centennial. Yeah. You get the puck first, nice pass to the point, then a clean shot, first rebound, second rebound. They know what to do. They haven't been playing especially well in the second period, but a well-executed power play for Christina King's crew right there. And boy, there's where you get back to. Maple Grove didn't, end up with anything to show for dominating that first part of the period, and now we're even at one.
That can get a little frustrating. You work that hard, you're getting all these shots, you're dominating play, and you give up a penalty, and all of a sudden, bang, they put it in the back of your net, and it's a 1-1 game here. But maybe this will boost Centennial. They need to get some kind of jump here, Jay. They've been dominated. Let's see if this changes their whole scenario here.
And for Maple Grove, they're saying, you know what, we're going to come back twice as hard here. That's what they're hoping and thinking anyway. Knocked down there, a little grumbles with Martinez was knocked down. It is going to be a penalty.
Okay. Looks like we're going to have a tripping call here, I think.
Linzer and Hughes get the assist on Riley's goal. And see our penalty being issued. I think it's a hook. Yeah, he's getting a hooking call issued to Meany.
Shannon Meany. Well, we'll see what Maple Grove's got here now. This might be the first power play they've had all year. I got a 0% on their power play, Jay. So it might be the first one they've had. That always hurts when the defense goes in the box for you too. It's usually one of your better players that's on the penalty kill. So we'll see if the Maple Grove puts Juergens to the test here.
Hughes in went, and there's Deneke getting a shot. It bounces out front. They can't clear. Now Hughes gets to it and does clear it. Here's Campa. Now back across for Wente. It bounces away from her. Gets pressured a little bit, and there he nearly took it, but Wente stays with it. Looking back for Herdeen. Herdeen into the circle. They'll go to the point. Campa to the high slot. Slides it across. Hansen shooting. Rebound is loose. Jurgens sticks with it as Herdeen tried to jam it in there. We saw obviously what kind of a shot Hansen had on earlier when she scored that first goal and put one in a good hard low shot. That's the thing I think sometimes people are in, whether it be boys or girls hockey from the point, they're looking to blast one into the top corner because it looks really good if you do, but a lot of times keeping it low where you can get a tip or a rebound is your better bet.
What do you think you have a better chance of controlling with, the glove or the leg pads,
yeah,
Jay?
Exactly.
What do you think? Yeah, exactly.
Off of Campa's stick, but she wins the race to it to keep it in. Back out to Camp at the point. She'll shoot that puck, and a bad save. Shot. Here's Wente for the Crimson. Gets a return, puck loose, but the Cougars covered up before Deneke could get to it. Now Herdeen pushes it back to the point. Now across again to Campa. Here's Wente at the top of the circle. Herdeen putting it up front for Wente. It got to the front, but they couldn't get it past Jurgens. Now Campa. Half minute in the power play. That shot is blocked. And then it's redirect there. I'm not even sure if it was a Centennial or Maple Grove stick it hit there, but it ends up changing direction in front of Jurgens, but she makes the stop.
I think Herdeen got a stick on it there and redirected it into Jurgens there, which is good because then she had to make the save, freeze it, and Maple Grove's got another face-off inside the zone here. Really working it around well, Jay, and they're getting some opportunities. They just can't get it by Jurgens.
Off the face-off, Hughes trying to slide it out, and it does just sneak by Norman. So Crimson will have to regroup here. Down to about 15 to go in the power play. Their second power play unit out there now, Kaufman. Drops it back down to the corner, McQueen. Kaufman trying to bring it out in front. And the puck still loose as they battle for it. Turnaround try here, and Jurgens doing a nice job of just tracking the puck the whole way. She got down low so she could see it. And Kaufman is robbed.
Yeah, Jurgens, look at her. She looks real nervous, doesn't she? Looks like a complete wreck here. Boy, I'll tell you, nice, calm, and cool. She works with the puck. Now watch her move across. Good spot there, good stop. Now watch her start moving across, See her? She gets a glimpse of the puck, and she's in the right position there. Just a nice, nice movement by Jurgens.
So Maple Grove does not score on their power play chance, although I would say they were effective in seizing the momentum back a little bit. They got some chances. It was actually, all things considered, a fairly good power play. Just didn't get any goals. Hoffman down in the corner there, and the play goes on. Tried to clear it, but broken up. McLean circling back here for Maple Grove, but then that pass stolen by Emma Olsen. Olsen waiting for some help. LeClaire going to the net. Olsen's pass knocked down. Under 5 minutes to play here, second period. 1-1 our score. Centennial tying it up in this period on a power play goal after Maple Grove had really dominated the first 8 minutes or so. Norman trying to find that puck. Now Hughes comes out of there with it, and she scored! Hughes putting it under the crossbar, and she said, take that, Dan Ficken.
Yeah, darn right in your face, big guy, mushhead. My gosh, I guess I got her steam going here. Must be your energized, buddy. There it is, got that line back. I was just about to say to you, Jay, watch how many times this line starts coming out now. She comes in from the short side, goes top shelf on it, takes it into the upper right-hand corner, I believe. A good forecheck there by 15. Hughes comes up, knows exactly what to do with it. Oh, right off the face mask of Blessy and drops into the upper right-hand corner. Good shot. And all of a sudden, Jay, guess who's in front here? The Cougars.
Unassisted goal there, although certainly the forecheck by Linzer contributed to that one, even if she won't get an official assist. Here's Wente dropping the pass back.
Now, you and I both know your top point getters are top point getters for a reason. I can't explain it to you, but they have a tendency to get the puck in the net for some better than other people, and Gabby uses one of those people.
To the corner here. Maple Grove now, the job, is to not be discouraged by this because they played actually quite a good hockey game, but now find themselves trailing. Here's Linzer. Linzer to the backhand, now spins back around, right out front for Pitlick. He was tied up and that one deflected harmlessly away. Now Deneke, nice pass to Herdeen. Herdeen has Wente with her. Herdeen looking for Wente.
No, shoot, honey, shoot.
Now the Cougars trying to break that puck out of there. This line's been real dangerous for Maple Grove. Deneke trying to put it out front. Gathered in here by the Cougars again as Olsen got it to center and then relayed on in by Haley Berg. Pass off the boards taken, and now the Crimson able to work it on out as Roll brings it through center. Roll, a nice stick-handing move, and then a follow-up try. But a good job by Kayla Seppelt to get a piece of that shot.
And she did a good job just trying to get it down net. Wasn't trying to be pretty, just trying to slap it as hard as she could at the net.
Just rolled away there off the stick of Olsen. Now here's a shot.
There you go.
And Jurgens kicking that one out as both teams have their third lines out. Berg chasing after it and just wants to clear here for Centennial. It's going to be icing against the Cougars, and we'll come back into the Centennial zone with 2:26 to go in the second. And a 2-1 lead here for Centennials. They've scored back-to-back goals a little less than, or about 3.5 minutes apart as we see this goal by Hughes.
Nice move there, and just comes up and just lets her rip and finds a hole, puts it away. Now, if you're Amber Hagelin, you get in with your team, you can just say, okay, let it go, start shooting the puck more. We saw a couple times where they tried to get too pretty there, the Crimson did, Jake. Take the shot when you see it. It doesn't matter what angle it is. Look how Gabby Hughes scored from a bad angle. You still can do it from that angle. Take a shot. Take a shot.
Backman, and they were still outside. They tried to, she knew she had to wait, but still didn't quite wait long enough for them to clear the zone, so we'll bring it back out. And Centennial thought they had cleared the zone, but our official was right there and said nope. See Amber Hagelin, you talked about in the pregame, kind of calming influence. You're not going to generally see her waving her arms or yelling on the bench, and when things are going well, when things aren't going as well, you're going to see generally the same demeanor. And I think, everybody has their own style. You wouldn't say one size fits all when it comes to that, but I think it's, definitely a calming thing for their team.
Absolutely, she's not going to get too high or too low, and you can just tell right there she's thinking. She's got some things on her mind. I think she's thinking about what she's going to do in between periods already. You got to be a step ahead of your kids. You got to stay in this game, and she's always been a good coach for doing that.
Icing against the Crimson right here, not really intentionally. It was just a pass that didn't connect, but we'll come back into the Crimson zone with the Cougars holding a 2-1 lead now after Maple Grove had scored that first goal of the first period and come out and really played well for a good chunk of the second, but sometimes you don't always end up getting rewarded with the opportunities that you have. Here's a shot. Plessy able to knock that one aside. Nice step up to keep that play alive by Tashner there for Centennial. Tried to go out front to Hughes there. Linzer did. Linzer now leaves it for Hughes. Hughes trying to spin away there, and puck still down low. Hughes keeps possession, leaves it for Linzer. Nice play. Linzer looking out front, but Maple Grove covered it up pretty well. Back out to the point. Here's a long shot sailing wide by Meany as we go under a minute to play in this period. And that pass does not connect again, and Maple Grove ices the puck for a second time here in succession as Centennial starting to get some of their best offensive zone pressure here later in the period.
Well, I think we found our Haley Herdeen for Centennial. Windsor, my God, she's been unbelievable forechecking this period. About the second half of this period, she's kind of stood up and kind of taken this team on her back and forced the issue, and done a great job forechecking down there. And much to her credit, she's put a little spark in this team.
And I like the way she uses her body well when she has the puck too to protect it. She's making somebody come through her and probably take her down to get to that. Here's a chance for 2-on-1 now for Maple Grove. Roll, a shot, and Jurgens into her chest protector there, just stood her ground well. She plays her angles well. There's not, a great gap to shoot at necessarily there. And I think that's something that the best goalies really, you find out that positioning and, let the puck come to you more so than I'm going to reach out and block it or kick it away or I'm going to make this great. You generally give them not much target and make them hit you is what you're hoping for.
Well, turn your chest protector and all that into a pillow. Let it get sucked in there. Don't let it bounce off. Don't tense up. Stay loose. Just let it come to you and just let it absorb it.
Roll to the front. It slides away from her. 15 to go in the period. Maple Grove trying to get a chance late here, and it gets away from Roll. The Cougars right now would just like to get this puck out of here. And they do get it to center and dumped on in by Jenrich there. And smart play not to try anything silly there. So period comes to an end, and Centennial ends up having a good period after Maple Grove had dominated early but not scored. Cougars get a couple goals. They lead it 2-1 after 2. We'll be right back here to Maple Grove Community Center.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of high school hockey. Tune in November 20th and 21st for live coverage of the 14th Annual Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. This is Dingman walking right in. A shot. There you go. Returning host Wente is joined again this year by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and perennial state power Edina. Live coverage both days begins at 4:54 p.m. with the first face-off at 5. Watch Turkey Trot Hockey live from the Plymouth Ice Center November 20th and 21st on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove Community Center. Centennial leading the Crimson by a score of 2-1. As we check out our highlights from that second period of play. Early on, it was mostly Maple Grove, and then Centennial actually coming on, getting both the goals in that period. As we get a look at this opportunity here, Janicki's shot whistling high there for the Crimson. Back out to the point, a save. And the rebound, and then Riley able to knock it in. That was on a power play, and that one really got them jump-started a little bit after they had been back on their heels. Came at 8:50, Riley getting her first. Maple Grove trying to come back with a power play of its own, but Jurgens standing her ground on a few occasions here as they bring it out front. Kaufman a backhand, a pad save, and then stays with it. Kaufman turns, shoots, and Jurgens right there with the glove to pick it up. And then a great goal by Hughes, rifling one off the mask and then under the crossbar for Centennial. Another look at that as she swoops in to pick up that puck and just surprised Wesley with a quick, hard wrister there from a tough angle. And we get a look at our shots through 2 periods. Maple Grove had a pretty big edge in that period, even though Centennial wound up with the 2 goals. Each team took a penalty in that period. It cost Maple Grove as Centennial scored on their power play on that goal by Riley. Well, we are early, but here's a look at some of the standings in the Northwest Suburban so far. The new co-op, Spring Lake Park, pairing with Coon Rapids now, and they're 3-0, and Elk River Zimmerman still playing strong. Maple Grove's got Blaine coming up Saturday. It should be an interesting one. You see these teams not off to dynamite starts, but again, very good hockey teams.
Well, they're getting there and getting better. Both Centennial and Maple Grove, they might get healthy tonight, both teams, because the way they're playing very, very well against each other. I've seen speed, good playmaking, good opportunities being created. So it's actually been a pretty good game for both of them. Unfortunately, one's got to lose this game to really put them behind a bit of an eight ball, but we got a lot of season left, Jay.
So the Cougars lead it 2-1. We will be back with more of our coverage here from the Maple Grove Community Center on 12 Sports.
$30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of high school hockey. Tune in November 20th and 21st for live coverage of the 14th Annual Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. This is Dingman walking right in. A shot! There you go! Returning host Wente is joined again this year by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and perennial state power Edina. Live coverage both days begins at 4:54 p.m. with the first face-off at 5. Watch Turkey Trot Hockey live from the Plymouth Ice Center November 20th and 21st on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Third period about to begin here at Maple Grove Community Center as the Cougars from Centennial lead the Crimson by a 2-1 score after Maple Grove had played certainly a very strong first part of that second period especially. I think put more pucks in the net is really the main thing that they need to do different.
Well, they've got 24 shots on goal so far in this game, and they're averaging 35, but it's not doing the right thing. They ain't going in. They're all turning into saves. So they got to find a way to break loose. I think once the door gets kicked down, I think we'll get a couple more. It'll start kicking down from, because you can see the offensive talent they've got, Jay. They're going to score a lot of goals this year. I love the way Centennial's just gritting it out, though. You know, this is a good skating team, and they got some skill, but you know they can really grit it out and work it hard, and they play good defense. And you can see how it's paying off for you when they're having a good night putting the puck in the net.
And let's be honest, with an average or below average goaltending performance, they would probably be trailing in this game, but Jurgens has been very good.
Yep, she really has.
Linzer controlling here for the Cougars. They flip it back out to center. Maple Grove had a lot of jump to begin period 2. We'll see if the same is true in the third. Hampson carrying that puck in. Now push to the corner as Hughes goes after it here for Centennial. Her pass into the skates at center ice there as it's taken back by Pius for Maple Grove. Carries it behind the net. Maple Grove may be looking kind of rolling the ice a little bit here with a third unit out there, and then maybe hoping they can jump out with the top unit and see if they can't get one early. Here comes Linzer carrying it for Centennial. Knocked away from her. Relayed around by Hampson, trying to get it to Herdeen, but they can't get it out. Sent back in deep. Campa will go after it for the Crimson. Centennial finishing a change. Campa leading it out for the Crimson. Fires the shot and a big rebound. Denicky throws it at the net, but that one knocked down. Now Wente trying to put it out front. Campa working in the circle. Campa gonna sneak one in, and it got all the way through. Out to the point. Hill a shot, and that one goes wide. And it looks like Maple Grove have gotten a message maybe that we need to put a few more pucks at the net. Not necessarily working so far, but
it's all right. Any shot that hits the net's a good shot.
Herdeen leaving it for Wente. She fires. Bad save by Jurgens. All the way back out to center. Denicky trying to gain control of that puck in her skates. Kaufman tipping it in and goes after it herself. Kaufman to the front. That one broken up. A high bouncing puck as Jurgens struggles to keep a vision on it. Then has to spin around. She almost got caught on the wrong side of the net there as they came out from behind. Now Kaufman battling for it here down in the corner. Maple Grove. Couple of good shifts here early again here in this third like they had in the second. Unable to get anything really strong on net so far. Jurgens had one pretty decent save. Thrown at the net by Norman, but taken away there. Cougars get it out, but not very far out. Kaufman chips it back in. Maple Grove changing. Linzer trying to get it to Olsen. It'll come all the way in on Blessy, who knocks it away with her stick. And a nice steal. There's Linzer on the forecheck, puts it out front. Oh, and Blessy, dynamite save. Linzer has it again, though. Fires. Blessy to stop. Boy, that was a point-blank chance there with no defender able to get anything on her, but Linzer was denied by Blessy, who really stuck with that puck well. Haven't talked about her as much as Jurgens because she hasn't been tested quite as much. But
exactly. She stepped up that time, though. My gosh, there were 2 golden opportunities by the Cougars, so we get a 2-goal lead, and she just stepped up and saved their bacon big time.
Pass across comes to Campa. Trying to go to Herdeen, but it's off the heel of her stick. Herdeen had it again and ran into LeClaire, and now the Cougars able to bring it on in. And rush right up the middle by the defenseman Backman. Now Herdeen coming back the other way to Deneke. It's off of Wente's shoulder and they're offside. Kind of an unfortunate bounce there for Maple Grove. And we'll bring the faceoff back outside the zone as you get a look at these great chances by the Cougars.
Well, there's the pass in front. Just a great opportunity. Blessy there. Anna comes back around without getting an opportunity right here to rifle it. Good positioning as she scooted over. Blessy took the angle, kept it very calm, made sure the rebound went out to her own player and not Centennial player.
Hansen putting it to Herdeen. Knocked away, though, by Jenrich for Centennial, and the Crimson will have to regroup here with Campa. Turns and reverses it back for Herdeen. Spins off the wall. Goes to Wente. Deneke going to the net. Taylor Wente looking out front, and Jurgens has to make a stop on that one. The back check was trying to stop Deneke from getting an attempt, but they got one on goal anyway.
Boy, Deneke's played just a strong game. She went right to the front of the net, and they were not going to muscle her out of there. Watch coming through here. Now watch as the puck slips out front. There's Deneke right there getting a stick on it and almost had an opportunity to put it away. So the Crimson playing with a little grit and dirt there now.
Here's Kaufman putting it out front, jabbed away by Jurgens. Turnaround try hits the bodies laying on the ice. Kaufman wins that puck right back. Kaufman staying with it. Her shot off a skate. McQueen comes up with it. Drops it back. They keep the pressure on here.
They're the Crimson people in front. They got to have some people in front of the net.
Flip back around. Norman able to keep it in down that corner. Hughes. We see Centennial really bottled up right now. They're doing all they can just to get the puck out. Ooh, McLean hits the boards hard as Linzer carries it. Linzer going to the front. Olsen was there too. They ended up getting a little bunched up. Linzer keeps possession though, flings it across. Here's a long shot, and the redirect try didn't connect. Right forward along the wall here as a couple players from each team coming in. Puck is still free though. Linzer comes away with it now for Centennial. Linzer trying to go to the front of the net, knocked away there.
Maybe I'm wrong, but has Linzer gone off the ice in the third period here? Oh my gosh.
And icing call here against Maple Grove, so we'll have a face-off coming in their end. 2-1 Centennial our score here. Still plenty of time to go here. 11:21 to play in the third, and Maple Grove trying to fight back from a deficit. They led 1-0 after one. Centennial got 2 goals a little over 3 minutes apart in the second to go ahead.
So let's see now when Crimson, if they get Centennial bottled up again, how long it takes for Linzer to get back out on the ice. She's played an awesome game, man. Just awesome for the Cougars.
Riley, who had that first goal, putting it back out front. Herdeen back checking there. Deneke racing after it from Maple Grove. Wente calling for it as the trailer. Now try to go way across for Herdeen, but it was tipped. And now Backman coming back for Centennial. Backman getting tied up. Down she goes. Off of Deneke's skate and back to center. Ooh, a dangerous one there. Wente Thought she saw no opportunity to take one away there. Jenrich shot knocked down. And just off the bench to break that up was Seppelt for Centennial. Now Deneke comes away with it from Maple Grove. Verdeen wanted to go off on a change, so wasn't really skating forward there. Tip to the Crimson line, and now it comes over to Roll. Sliding it across. Backhand try there, but Peyton Olsen's attempt was denied. Cougars now looking to get the puck out. Campa back down toward the corner, trying to get it to Roll. Sent the other way, and Hansen will pinch in to keep it going for Maple Grove. Hansen getting a little close there. Could have been called for a penalty as she had a little extra jab into the back of the neck of a Centennial player. It'll be icing against the Cougars, though. Penalty or face-off coming back in the Centennial zone.
Well, the Crimson are doing what they need to do, Jay. They're working hard and trying to get as much opportunity to tie the game, but I'll tell you what, Centennial's defense has been good. They've kept the shots away. They've had a few good opportunities, a couple of them, but in tight, but nothing really that has over-challenged Juergens at all.
Meany up with it here for Centennial, for Linzer. Hansen and Linzer battle, and Linzer winds up with the puck. He's very strong. Now trying to float one out front. It was tipped, and it'll come back to center where Meany picks it up and dumps it right back into the Crimson zone. Campa giving chase here for Maple Grove. Around for Roll, but a nice step up there by Tashner. And here's Linzer to gain possession here for Centennial. Looking for an opening, and now sliding it across, and it's off a skate. And flipped back out to center. Meany chipping it ahead. Linzer up with it for Hughes. Her shot blocked. And back out it'll come to center, and Centennial will regroup. Dropping it back to Linders. Trying to go to Riley, but that missed, and the counterattack got through everyone. A little bit of racehorse hockey back and forth here. LeClaire trying to control it here for Centennial. Got as far as the Maple Grove line. Now the Crimson up with it. Tippy Hill a swing and a miss on that one. Now Maple Grove and LeClaire intercepting that one at center, and relays it right back in. Just what you want to do when you've got a one-goal lead like this. And there's LeClaire to break it up again. Maple Grove struggling to break out cleanly as much as they had earlier. There's an interception behind the net. Boy, nice reach to get to that one by Jenrich.
The Maple Grove sticks are holding a little tight right now, Jay, and they're getting a little shorter. There's been some mistakes made we haven't seen earlier in the game here, and they're starting to feel the pressure to get a goal. And Centennial's taking advantage of every single mistake. They grab and hold that puck, and they're keeping it down here in this zone.
Bordeaux's shot attempt was knocked down there. Sikora trying to get to it there. Chip back out, and it's gets through, and will be an icing call here against Maple Grove. And kind of interesting that it seems like both teams, play has gotten a lot sloppier later in the game. You'd almost expect the other way around, but we're not seeing we're seeing a lot more. Maybe part of it's a little bit of, like you said, and also a little bit of the kind of the desperation of the time of the game too.
Yep, and I think you're right too. The ice is a lot of difference. You play on slow ice, it takes a lot of work. Maybe they're losing some of that energy they had at the beginning of the game.
Behind the net, here's Hughes putting it out front. It's off of the skate of Linzer as her stick was being tied up. Now to Wente. Wente trying to control it to the front. She scores! We are tied up as Taylor Wente turns on the speed for the Crimson.
And a beautiful pass from Haley Herdeen there to get her set up and rolling. But Wenneke's smart enough to get herself rolling out of the zone at full speed, holding on to it, getting good control, bringing it back across the front of the net and burying it in the far side here past Juergens, and just kind of left Juergens hanging out there. She's beat cleanly. Look at the move here now. Nice strong move to in front and just beats her to the side of the net. Nice play by Wente. Herdine, too, loading her up there on that pass, which is right, led her just perfectly so she could get past that D.
Well, we saw in that breakaway chance earlier what kind of speed Wente has through the neutral zone, and there we saw it in evidence again. And see if that gives them a big shot in the arm here. And another opportunity, and then jab to the corner. Herdine will get her second assist of the night on Wente's goal at 9:55, so even up at 2 apiece here. We expected a good hockey game, Dan. We're getting it.
Yep, it's a close one.
Campa slides it to Hansen. She had the first Maple Grove goal tonight, back in that first period. Dumps it in deep. Now Centennial, that's where, sometimes things change a little bit. You've been, protecting the lead for a while, and now we're back even. You have to kind of find your offensive game again if you're the Cougars.
Well, they've been forechecking really well here, but the one thing they have been doing is taking shots on net. I would expect now they'll start looking more to put some shots on net.
Would have been icing, but it comes all the way in on Juergens instead. So face-off coming up in the Centennial zone right there.
A little scary. They're freezing it up. She saw the Maple Grove player coming, but I think she had time to get it to her D rather than force a face-off in her own zone. Let her D get the thing out with control. They get a face-off inside the Centennial zone. Look who just came out from Maple Grove.
Wente will face off with Hughes.
Nice win. Oh, man.
Hughes with quick hands to take that one for the Cougars, but they can't get it out. Hill leaving it for Herdine, and back out. Here's Wente now at the point, dropping it across. Norman a shot. And the tip try by Deneke, and it pinballs around a little bit there in front. Never made it to the net. A great idea. Here's Herdine putting it out front. And Wente's shot goes to the corner. Deneke turns, throws it at the net, tipped just wide. Wente trying to get control of that one. Wow, and shoveled a backhander. She is really starting to take over a little bit down there now. Here's Wente circling back out from behind the net. Sliding it to Norman at the point, and got it in front as she kind of fanned on that slap shot try there, but it still wound up being like a pass. Deneke leaving it as they cycle nicely. Herdine circling to the front. A lot of traffic in front, a lot of physical play in front. Norman almost got trapped there, but got the puck out. Here's Deneke, and knocked down a she shot by Linders, and then one thrown on net. Maple Grove really buzzing on this shift. 4:40 to go in the third. Looking for the tip there was Deneke. Wente finally saying, I've had enough, I'm exhausted. Slide it across now to Hill as they try and complete a line change. Pad save and tip back out to center. Centennial dead tired, needing to get off. Carried on in by Martinez. Martinez to the front. Man, that one might have hit the pipe. Either that or Juergens got a piece of it.
Even so, Martinez, darn. Great play. She took it right back in, and three of the Centennial kids who wanted to get out had to stay out to cover for her. Just a great play by Martinez the D, and got a good opportunity.
And they're just offside as that pass went behind McLean and across to Martinez. Well, and that last sequence kind of, here's another look at this great opportunity by Martinez. It was saved by Juergens, but a really overlooked factor of the game is how you make your line changes when and how effectively, because right there we saw Centennial get stuck on the ice forever.
Yeah, you got to factor that in.
A really good player becomes an average player when they are gassed out there. Now across it comes to Hansen, sliding it to the front, and another try. Boy, Maple Grove, it's a tie game, but they're playing like they're behind. I mean, they want to go badly here. They're really buzzing right now, and Centennial is just kind of trying to fight them off.
Maple Grove's motivated by the fact they don't have a win this year at all. It's been a loss and a tie, so.
And Hansen steps up to win that puck out front, and then pass off the boards near the center ice area. Campa spins and comes right back with it. Nice lead pass ahead there, and Olsen trying to get it in deep, but couldn't really do so. Little battle for it here. Some of the fans wanted to call. We won't get it. Berg sliding it across. Jenrith's a bouncing shot. And we have a Centennial player down, a little shaken up in front. I think it's Sikora.
And some fans vocalizing their opinion on the referee. Look at that. I hope she's okay.
Didn't see exactly what happened to her. She had already gone down before that shot, made its way all the way to the net. You see there's 22, got a little check in the lower back there. And, I can't really say I disagree with the fan who yelled out should have been interference there, but this late in the game, tie game, Norman might have gotten away with one a little bit there.
Well, definitely got away with one. There's no question about it.
And coach being escorted out now with Haley Berg to check on her player as Sikora in some pain. And it would appear that it wasn't necessarily the landing, that it was the stick that got her. And there's probably an area where you don't, between pads, I guess, more or less.
Yeah, there's a spot between that upper part of your breezers and where the lower part is, and there's a crease there, and if you get it just right, especially with the corner of that stick, it can nip you.
See what the Crimson have coming up. It's a busy week for them, and again, they got this one, and then they're taking on Rochester John Marshall / Lourdes on Thursday, and then over at Fogarty Saturday afternoon against Blaine. So definitely going to be tested some more here this week. And
well, that one against Blaine's a big one.
You'll see right out front is 22, and there's the jab to the kind of the cross check to the lower back by Norman. And Sikora never, hesitated going down there. So
just caught her in the wrong spot, I think.
Well, she is favoring one leg. Maybe I was wrong initially about. Well, it's hard to speculate what exactly were, but they seemed to be looking at the lower back area.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd like to see that happen. I'm amazed at how good a schedule each of these teams has. I mean, Centennial's got Prior Lake, Kilmurray, Breck, and Blake, to play this year, and obviously Centennial played Breck very well. It was a one-goal game, and I'll tell you what, Jay, I like Breck. I think they're a very, very good hockey team, and they only get beat by a goal. Says something. Maple Grove.
See what Centennial has coming up Saturday. They'll take on Armstrong Cooper, and then next week playing Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. It's going to take me a little while to get used to saying that. It's not a combo that we've had before.
That promises to be an interesting game.
Flip back out to center. Cougars gaining control. Now here comes Hughes. Dropping it back for Olsen. Trying to get a shot away. Block, but it comes right back to her. Puts it out front, and no! Just stayed out of the net. That puck was free and just sliding slowly in front of the goal line. But the referee was in great position to see that it did not go in.
Good camera work here, too, guys. My gosh, we got a glimpse of that just before it was about to cross that goal line, and you saw it get swept out. I don't know if it was whatever D or if it was Blessy, but
another look at it is it's put right out front, and there, yeah, Blessy looked like she got the big blocker to just kind of, she knew she couldn't really grab it, so just tried to slide it away. Blessy now is poke check, and still loose in front. Hughes trying to get a shot away, and Wente had her stick chopped out of her hand. And a turnaround, and there's Blessy, and maybe a little bit of a quick whistle. Whoa! And Wente delivering a hard push to knock Hughes down at the end.
Well, they got away with it. Centennial got away with the slash. That was payback for the interference call, and then a little extra at the end there. But with a tie game right now, 2 minutes left, boy. Not that I necessarily agree with that.
So we will stay at 5 skaters aside here, and Or will we? We have a timeout or another look at this. And right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Hughes might have embellished a bit there, perhaps. I didn't think so the first time, but.
I love the word embellish. I never thought I'd hear that in hockey, but yeah, here we go. Good move by coach there, pulling Wente off the ice.
Deflected to the corner and sent out front. Taken away by Hansen to lead the rush here. A little over 2 minutes to play. Hansen, and she falls over the defender. 3 players go down right there, and pretty much gonna. Here's Wente carrying it right in, fires, pad save, and then a swing and a miss on the rebound. Wente is fired up right now. Now Campa gets it back to Deneke, a slow change here for Centennial. Deneke to Wente, to the front, and a poke check by Juergens. Back it comes, here's Herdeen, and her shot sailing up high. Campa floating it toward the corner, comes right back to Campa. Puts it out front. Deneke's try was hacked to the corner. And a big collision there. McLean got the best of that one. Centennial can't get it out. Tippy Hill does a nice job to keep that puck in. And a chop at it there, and a couple of players go down. Wow, Hughes actually, if that pass had been able to get by, would have had a breakaway chance perhaps, just coming off the bench. Here's Hughes trying to go to Linzer, and they just got a piece of that. Or that would have been a great chance. Now Hughes, chased back by Herdeen. Hughes trying to bring it right up the gut, and taken away from her. And then Hughes took a little swat. We're pretty much established now that unless it's a scoring chance, you're probably going to get away with most anything here.
Yep. Unless it's not intent to injury either, so.
Oops. Ooh. Oh, that puck played by McLean and then hopped back on the bench. They might have gotten away with one there also. She looked guilty, if nothing else.
Yeah, actually she wasn't. They did. Somebody came on right after she jumped off.
Banked ahead, long pass, trying to spring Kaufman. Looks like we may very well be headed to OT here as we tick down under 5 seconds. Flipped ahead, Tampa will stop it, and we are going to need extra time here in tonight's game. Good, eventful third period. Wente tying it up about midway through for Maple Grove. At the end of regulation, it's Centennial 2 and Maple Grove 2. We'll be right back here to the Maple Grove Community Center.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
It's time to drop the puck on a new season of high school hockey. Tune in November 20th and 21st for live coverage of the 14th Annual Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. This is Dingman walking right in. A shot. There you go. Returning host Wayzata is joined again this year by Maple Grove, Holy Family, and perennial state power Edina. Live coverage both days begins at 4:54 p.m. with the first face-off at 5. Watch Turkey Trot Hockey live from the Plymouth Ice Center November 20th and 21st on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Well, we go to overtime as Amber Hegland diagramming some things up here for Maple Grove. Certainly the Crimson had the advantage or the momentum down the stretch of this. We'll see if that carries over into OT. The Centennial was just basically fighting them off for those last 5 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if they were trying to play for the hold the lead. I don't know. I thought they were pretty aggressive in there, but just got put back, and all of a sudden Maple Grove did a Centennial on them. We watched Maple Grove become dominant early. Centennial gets a 2-1 lead. How'd that happen? So, and Maple Grove turned it around in the third period and got that goal to tie it. So we'll see how this goes. And I compare this sometimes to being a very cruel game like golf. You can work your butt off and don't get rewarded for it, But it's been a very good game, back and forth. Both teams showing some good finesse, good skill capability. But they all both got dirty, too. I like that. There was some grit there, and it isn't necessarily the stars of your team that stood up. It was the hard workers on your team. Yeah, you know, particularly Linzer and, oh my gosh, Herdine. So we'll see what steps up now. We'll see if the stars step up this time.
Blessy saying, hey, we got to go to the other end as she taps gloves with her counterpart, Juergens. They both have been really solid here tonight.
Yeah, if we were awarding 3 stars, they would each get 1. They've played tremendously well.
Both goalies indicate, yes, we indeed are ready to go here. So 8-minute overtime. Of course, regular season, no shootout or anything. It would be a tie if we don't have a goal scored in this session. But I think we'll see some chances at least. Good goaltending, but Wente knocked down and gets right back up to play it. Turns and shoots. She would not be a bad bet if you were, you know, throwing down who was going to possibly get a game winner. Here comes Linzer. Trying to get wide there, but couldn't get around Hansen.
What a great check. Oh, I love it.
Legal check, right?
It was legal. Didn't knock her down.
2-on-1 chance here. Wente shooting, pad save, rebound. And it trickles to the corner as Juergens comes up big again for Centennial. Hughes pass tipped away, and they end up being offside because of it. Boy, a 2-on-1 with Wente and Herdine there, and then a big rebound, but Juergens standing strong in net again for Centennial.
Nice placement of that puck and creates a rebound. Campa came in and she couldn't bear it.
Hit Backman's leg. I thought at first, you know, maybe it wasn't an accurate shot on the rebound, but that really wasn't the case at all. It just happened to hit Backman's leg. Otherwise, that would have been the game winner.
I love the fact, too, that Wente didn't even consider passing it. She was going to shoot it.
No, and she had room to do. That was the right move, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Leclerc carrying it in for Centennial, and Blessy has to make a big stop on a puck that handcuffed her a little bit and put out front by Leclerc. Meany keeps it in, gets by Leclerc, but here's Riley, who scored Centennial's first goal tonight. Tied up there. It just seems like Maple Grove has more left overall in terms of, you know, they don't seem tired, whereas Centennial maybe, I think because they've been having to defend so much, seem a little bit more tired.
Well, this is where it happens. Yeah, I mean, all that time they spent defending all the time, then Lakes, all of a sudden they ain't responding like they were earlier.
Here's Hill picking it up, slinging it out back all the way into the Centennial zone there, where it's tracked down by Tashner. Here come the Cougars. Jenrich carrying it into the high slot, firing. Blessy fights it off. And a rising shot, chest high. Flipped ahead and does not connect. Back in to Tashner. Tashner taking a little bit of a bump. They can't get the puck out. Herdine trying to dig it free and sent back to the Crimson line for Hill. Dumped into the Centennial zone here where Backman will hammer it around hard. Looking for Linzer. Linzer tracks it down. Sliding it out front. Olsen a shot, and that one was blocked. Maple Grove looking to counter. Herdine. Oh, and Hughes nearly picked her pocket. Blessy almost gave it away. Hughes knocked down from behind, no call. And the Cougar knocks down Herdine, and no call. Flip back out, and that one's going to get over the glass and into the bleachers here. So
I thought boys hockey wasn't starting for another week here, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is getting a little physical here. I'll tell you what, both teams going all out here, trying to create an opportunity. Both goalies looking really good in this overtime. It's going to take a lot to beat them. You're probably going to have somebody in front, and a rebound or a double rebound will score.
And Coach King wanting an audience with the official here, saying, And again, not entirely sure she was wrong there. Hughes was knocked down from behind. That could have very easily been a penalty call, but was not. .5:09 to go in OT here, and 2-2 our score as Hughes wins the draw over to Linzer. Linzer looking to get a pass away. Hansen fought back to get good position on her. Now, same two go at it again. Hansen trying to hold Linzer off. And Kampa finding Roll. Sliding the pass across, broken up. Cougars come back to get it now. Linzer tried to go to Hughes but missed. Turn right back the other way here for Maple Grove by Olson. And coming up with it was Roll briefly, but knocked away from her. And tap right back, and Roll will get it. Good work by Olson, but then that pass intercepted. And off a skate, Linzer trying to get control here for Centennial. I think she needs a line change. She's been out there a while. Got a shot, and now she will head off. Maple Grove looking to break out, but didn't really get much of a connection there. And then Centennial, same. They throw a bad pass. That's going to be icing. A little disjointed there, as I think the line changes were still finishing, and both teams had a miscue passing-wise there.
That was tired. That was all tired all the way through. They would just put everything on that shift, and they were coming to the end of their gas. Looks like a Coach King.
Wente will take the draw here against Riley. Wente winning the draw. Back now, it comes to the point for Hill. Their drive goes wide. And it trickles out by Norman and then flipped ahead by the Cougars. Hill tried to slam it out. On her knees is Leclerc keeping that puck alive. Chip loose behind the net. Oh, Centennial a little slow to react there. They might have had a good chance. Now Deneke's pass just missing. It might have been a 2-on-1. I think this is a dangerous line matchup for Centennial right there.
I think Maple Grove wins this one.
Spinning away. Oh, giveaway. Deneke firing. Rebound. Just wide. A bad turnover for Centennial. Nearly ended up being the game winner there for Maple Grove. Deneke now bringing it in for the Crimson. Her shot is deflected. McLean coming away with it. Sliding the pass back, then dropped over. Oh, and before Kaufman could shoot, it was picked away. Here comes Hughes now for Centennial. She's all alone for the moment. Hughes waiting for help off the bench, and then her back pass was broken up. Tip back out to center. Crimson trying to get a rush going. Everybody overskates it. And Linzer comes away with it. Linzer into the zone, firing. Blocker saved by Blessy. 2:35 to go in OT. To the corner, and another possible got away with one situation there. Now they joust forward in the corner. Olson comes away with it for Centennial. Passed right into a group of Crimson players though, and McLean with the interception. See some tired legs now for both teams. Some slow ice too at the end of this OT.
Not a lot of reaching going on, Jay, not a lot of skating, and you got to keep skating through these things to give yourself an edge, and then when you're tired, you want to reach.
Here's a shot, knocked down by the defender in front. Cougars able to keep it in though. Backman playing it down deep for Almec. Sent out front and intercepted, but a nice step up there by Backman, and it was kind of a risky one. Now a chance, here comes Wente, a 2-on-1 with Kaufman. Wente shooting, she scores! Wente, the tying goal, and then the winning goal in OT for the Crimson.
Well, Jay, you called it. You said Wente might be the one. She's awful fired up. She went to that far side again. She did it earlier in the overtime. Got a rebound on it. This time got it up a little bit. Got it over the pad of Juergens and put it away here. You see her. She's going to go that right side. Got it over the pad and under the glove. And Juergens was beat clean. Good shot, good effort. Oh, couldn't quite get the glove on it. She bounced it down a little bit. Wow. After playing a great game.
Outstanding game here tonight, and Maple Grove wins it 3-2. We'll come back to wrap things up here at Maple Grove Community Center in just a moment.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove Community Center. Great hockey game tonight, and the Crimson win it 3-2 in overtime. We're joined by Haley Herdine and also Taylor Wente, who got the tying goal and then the winning goal. You know, how much fun was this game to be a part of for you tonight here, Taylor?
It was so much fun. We just kept winning battles and shooting, getting rebounds, and we came out with the win.
I said heading into OT, it looked like you were really fired up, like you wanted to get that last goal. You know, tell me, as you came up ice on that last play, what do you remember about that? You know, what were you seeing from as you came up ice?
Well, it was a 2-on-1, and I just kind of shot and went in.
Were you guys frustrated at all with how well their goalie was playing? I mean, you guys could have easily had a lot more than 2 goals in regulation, but did you get frustrated with that or not really?
No, we just kept shooting and trying to get rebounds. And yep.
All right, thanks for joining us, Taylor. Great performance here tonight. And Haley Herdine, you guys generated an awful lot of chances, and I was thinking, you know, in some ways you felt like you deserved more goals, but, you know, that's part of hockey. Did you guys feel good about the way you stuck with it?
Yeah, I think the first period we started out really well, and after they score, I thought we regrouped really well as a team and brought it together, and we never gave up, so it was really fun.
Both teams had really good goaltending performances here tonight, too. Is that fun to see? Because obviously you're going to need your goalies to play well the rest of the year, too, and you got that tonight. Yeah, our goalies are pretty great, and it's nice to have them on the defensive zone, and it's fun to play against good goaltenders that test you, and I think we really tested her tonight, and we got a good goal at the end, so it was really fun. You've already played 3 really good opponents, and you got tested again here by Centennial tonight, but is it a relief to kind of get that first win under your belt now, too? Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of maybe a slow start, but we never gave up, and we came together really well, and so it was really good to have our first win. Yeah, after you play the Rochester team on Thursday, you got a big one with Blaine on Saturday. You know, how much you look forward to seeing how you stack up against the Bengals? Yeah, that's always a high-intensity game versus them, and last year we played really well against them, so I think that if we keep playing like we did tonight, we can for sure win and get another W. All right, congratulations on a good performance. It was a fun night here tonight. Thank you very much. All right, Haley Herdine along with Taylor Wente as Maple Grove wins at 3-2 over Centennial in overtime. Again, the first victory of the season for the Crimson. They are now 1-1. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Hope you enjoyed this one here. Good night from Maple Grove Community Center.